I don't think I've messed with anything. Like everything in the room has changed, but I don't think that I messed with anything so that it should be not working. Hello? Test.
Shalom.
Shalom and good evening.
Hello, goodbye, and welcome. Good night. and
What are some songs with hello in the title besides the obvious hello
and hello.
and hello? There's those two. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
No.
Nothing?
Hello.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name?
Yeah.
Is that the Doors?
Hello.
It's the Doors,
That's the
right?
Doors.
Yeah, I don't
Which you
I don't
would
care
say
for them.
you would say hello at a door. That makes sense.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. It's Ray Romano. Hey. This is Robert's house. Yeah.
Thing's broken.
He's tall.
Am I sitting too far upright?
I don't know.
Does it seem weird?
Horizontal, vertical.
Yeah. How's that?
That sounds good.
Good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I started watching Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian again, right?
Yeah.
And last night I was
mentioned
kind of
that.
watching it, and there's this bit where they're in like this LA club and just like comedians hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's him and Jay Leno just having a conversation. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I mean, his hair is like perfect, and you're like, oh no, I mean that's just the way jokes work. I mean, yeah, you just got to work on it, man. It's just like wow.
Well, Comedian, when it came out, there wasn't really anything like it.
Behind the scenes,
Yeah.
like how it works, and it's like, oh my god.
He has that Cosby scene that ages well.
I didn't see that, or I didn't get around to it. One of the two.
I think it's further in.
Okay. I was like,
You didn't finish it?
I just kind of watch stuff now.
Whatever
in
happened
parts.
to... I feel like we mentioned this in the past sometime, but
Yeah.
whatever happened to Orny Adams?
I have no idea.
Yeah, neither do I. All right. We're here. We're doing it. We're doing stuff.
It smells good.
Does it? What do we got here? Let's do an endorsement.
I have no idea. It's just red wine.
Just go out to your store
or
and-
something like that.
and go get yourself some red wine.
Red
What
wine.
kind are they drinking? Just red. Really, any of
Yeah,
it.
we just put a couple drops of red in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bottle of red, bottle of white. Mm-hmm. It all begins upon your appetite. No?
Billy Joel?
Sure. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that is correct. You went camping, sir.
I went camping.
Finally.
Yeah. Finally,
After-
the weather was okay.
Yeah.
It was cold on Friday. It was
Okay.
So cold. It was really fun, but I had some friends show up. You were part of that. That was cool. Mm-hmm. Went up to a little place called Little Wall Lake, Hamilton County, Iowa.
Which we established has a wall.
It does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right. And it's
I learned
little.
that.
It's little. You can just step over
I
it.
feel like I'm sitting up too far. It's like a weird angle. How about
There you go.
better?
Yeah.
Better.
So I had a rag bread buddy of mine show up on Friday, and I thought he was going to stay the whole night or the whole weekend. And he was like, "Oh, so sorry. Oh my gosh, I have company coming from Michigan." And it's like, but let me check. Let me see.
Cut him off.
And then he showed up on Friday night, and I'm like, great. I made tacos on the fire. That was pretty fun. And then we started drinking. It got darker and darker, and then we were just sitting there talking. The stars, amazing. Like
Yeah.
it was clear out. It was just like, wow. We started talking about conspiracy theories. He had beer, I had beer, and we were
Nice.
just talking. I drank like a lot of rum. Had a handle of Captain or whatever.
Made out a little bit.
Right? I know, right? And no. And what was it? We just started talking and chatting, and I hadn't seen him for a while.
Yeah.
But then we're just like, yeah, we're gonna drink one more, probably call it a night, one more, right? And then after we drink that one more, we're just like, kind of got into a lull of conversation. I checked my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1:30 in the morning. We're like, what the fuck? Like, you came here at like 7. Now we're just sitting here. God damn it! I need to get some sleep. It's like, okay, all right. And we parted ways. And it's like, oh my god.
And we talked about when I showed up the next night, the first thing that I was curious about was how you slept that night.
I slept like shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think part of it was because lack of sleep from staying up so late. And then I was on an air mattress, and I was in an environment I wasn't quite used to. Because I usually sleep with a fan. I have some noise, but this was just like wind, flaps. You never know what critters might be running around. And it's just, that's kind of what you do.
All the best kinds.
Yeah, that's what you do the first night, typically, you know. And then, so my buddy Dave left, like, he had never been there to Little Wall. So it just kind of showed him around and like, oh, this used to be here. There used to be a bait shop. There used to be this. And, you know, this building used to be here, not anymore. Now there's new cabins that are involved and everything. And so he left around 11 o'clock or whatever. He's like, wow, it's pretty nice, you know. And yeah, and then I had like the whole afternoon to myself, which was kind of bizarre. But I had my phone, listened to music, found a hiking trail.
So it was a success. And you burned through some more Busch Light Apple.
That's right. And
I helped you.
You and Paul showed up a little later.
Yeah. I only helped with one.
Right. Then we had, what'd
a
you,
lightweight.
Yeah. You liked
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul liked it. I
I
followed up with him.
mean, like.
I mean, it
it's-
wasn't.
It was you had Busch Light Apple, Coors Light.
And a handle of
Was
Captain.
there another one? Oh yeah. Paul was supposed to make me a drink, but he didn't. So
Got too dark.
that didn't happen. I'm not sure what happened there. Drop the ball.
Boo.
What are you gonna do?
Right?
But
Then we had our friend Bert come out.
yeah, Bert did come out, but we can't talk about it yet
Okay.
because episode.
Episode. Here we are.
We could play this fake one.
All right, that's close.
Standard.
That's like generic Saturday morning cartoons. Like, we are riders on a mission. That was a great one. What was that one called?
Riders on a Mission.
We are riders on a mission. I remember the cartoon. I remember watching it all the time.
I don't know.
We are riders.
I know
I'll
the
get it.
Ninja Turtles theme song, and
That's
I
right.
know. Unfortunately, I knew the Power Rangers one, but I didn't really want to.
And then, of course, there's the one Saturday morning. I don't
Hmm?
know. Doug. We used to be Pepper Ann.
I never watched Doug.
You were a little bit older.
yeah,
I get it.
I was a little bit older.
What
I
is it called?
I gotta
We
fix a
are
thing.
Riders
You look it up.
on
BRB.
a mission. So if 2020 was a cat, hang in there. Here, what is it? No, all. I want that one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We gotta
Joe
figure
was
it out.
on his phone.
Well, I need to do some research here. We are
Riders on a mission. Gonna go back in.
Rocket Power. That's-
Rocket. Never heard of it.
Rocket Power was a cartoon, maybe mid to late middle school for me.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it was okay.
Rocket Power.
Yeah, Rocket Power.
Did it have rockets?
Did it have power?
I don't know. I know nothing about this cartoon.
It's just teenagers, typical Saturday morning relevance of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was great for the time.
What year would that have been?
Let's look it up. Rocket Power.
I need
What?
to stop asking questions. That
But this is how it works. Rogan doesn't just not ask questions.
he doesn't get out his phone either.
Well, he's got the Jamie to do that. And apparently, we're
Jamie,
like, Jamie, get on there.
we have a Jamie. She's not here though.
Rocket Power.
We'll fast forward. Here's some music.
1999
Oh,
to
what,
2004.
what year?
1999 to 2004.
Okay.
Pow. Kind of
Alright.
animated. Yeah.
No,
No.
it looks like Rugrats.
a little bit.
Like more than a little bit.
Yeah.
They still. That looks like that. Those are Rugrats.
Probably. I mean, I would be surprised if it was the same creators or.
It's the same fucking characters, according to that picture.
And it looks like wild thornberries in there too. A little crisscross applesauce. Hey, Arnold, cat dog.
well,
Yeah, angry
Whatever.
beavers.
all right.
Real monsters. Yeah, that was a real thing.
Well, they had to get you ready for life.
The voice of the blonde beaver,
Yeah.
was also the voice of Salem the cat on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Really?
Yeah, same guy. Yeah,
That's funny.
there you go. The more you know.
Yeah, you went camping.
camping.
I had a wedding
Yes,
that I went to.
yes. On a
That-
Sunday.
It was on a Sunday. I did not know this, but when I showed up, I found out that the ceremony had actually already happened in March, which is could have been useful information, but it didn't really change too much about the day. But yeah, I was only there for 6 hours. It was a fast day. They were a fun couple, and it was a weird put on your mask, take off your mask, put on your mask, take off your mask. It was kind of all over the place.
Okay.
And then, of course, everybody in the bus, except for myself and the photographer, no mask, even though they were given wedding-colored masks.
Matching.
And so they only used them for the for the photos, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of proof. Hey, we got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that they didn't really care about
Okay.
it.
It's like,
You know what's interesting though about having a reception during this, there's really no point in a dance floor.
because then you're all mingling and you're in like,
Yeah. Well, you want music. First of all, they were playing some weird fucking songs at this reception. One of them that they played, I made a comment to the photographer about, and he must be a little younger than myself, but they were playing Maggie May by Rod Stewart. And I'm like, this is a weird song to play at a wedding. So they must not know what the song's about. But it's basically Rod Stewart waking up. You know, he was younger when he wrote the song, performed the song. He wakes up and he's next to this chick named Maggie. And he says, "You're too old for me. I'm out of here."
that's fair. All right.
Classic wedding song.
Ah,
Weird.
the worst. You're too old for me.
So there's that. On the way to the wedding, this was interesting. I ended up being behind this van that had slowed down a decent amount, but we were still at least going the speed limit. You know how you do. You gotta drive fast to get places. I was worried that I wasn't gonna get there on time, but I ended up getting there 4 minutes early because I'm the best. But I was behind this van at one point, and clearly they were waiting for the person ahead of them to move over and work themselves into traffic over in the right lane. But I'm watching, and this dude in the van, like, I don't know what fucking kind of high horse he was on, but when the guy in front of him finally got over, and he really couldn't get over because there was traffic there, so he was waiting until he passed certain people. I mean, otherwise, this car in front of me could have just gotten over and went around him. So clearly, that's the case. He's waiting to get in somewhere. So he does. So this motherfucker in front of me, like, just starts clapping up like in the air towards this dude, and like as he's passing them, and then he gets in front of them and continues to do it, like clearly over from the steering wheel so that the guy could see. And then fast forward no more than 2 minutes, this guy slows down in front of me, and I'm waiting to get past him. What the fuck?
Fuck you, dude.
What
I'm like,
is this?
that's some rage right there.
What is? Well, he was the one just complaining that he couldn't move, that it was going too slow for him.
And now
Then he slowed down to about the speed limit, and now he's blocking me. So guess what I did as I passed him?
Flipped him off. No.
I clapped. I clapped.
One hand.
I'm not a flipper offer unless they strike first,
That's true.
which has happened.
Yeah.
It's happened. I can go from 0 to road rage real fast.
Like, I'm going to catch up to
Have
your
you ever
ass.
done that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell me an example. Road rage.
I think it's more for me if I'm in a bit of a rush.
Right.
And I understand that people around me don't know that, but it's still like I'm just on edge, and I'm like, I'm already like 2 minutes, 5 minutes late for work.
Fair.
I gotta, and it's just like zipping around. And I think there was this one time where, where was it? I think I was just kind of in La La Land, and I'm driving.
Paul keeps telling me to watch that movie.
I
haven't done it yet.
hard pass. So I
Sorry.
was driving, and it was in town in Ankeny, And I think I was trying to get around a car, but I wasn't paying attention that there was a car behind me. So I was cutting him off. And then I hear just me. I'm like, oh, and I just didn't think anything of it. And I get to the left lane. And then this car, like, this guy had to have been like mid-20s or something.
Yeah.
He decides to drive past me and slow down enough to flip me off. And I could see him mouth the words, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm like, all right. So I just wave because I'm like, that pisses him off more. Because if I match it with more anger,
Yeah.
that just escalates things. But I can confuse people and just like smile and wave and then let him be an asshole, probably on his way to Walmart or something to get mud flaps. I don't know. But
Truck nuts.
Ugh.
That's what he was going for. Where was that at?
It was in Ankeny.
Okay.
Or Labor. You go over the interstate and you keep going east a bit. Yeah.
I have an
That was
Ankeny. I have an Ankeny story.
Oh, yeah.
We were driving in front of Walmart. This was back when I elected to go to Walmart. I fucking hate that place. Not because of the story, just because they suck. Not a sponsor.
No.
So we are in front of, so let's say Walmart's here. We pull up through the, or no, I was picking Becky up. So I pull up after driving through the parking lot. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. And I turn the corner. I pick her up. I wasn't blocking anybody. I wasn't doing anything. She gets in the car. I start driving slowly. I mean, you don't go fast, like right next to it, right? At least that's what I thought. But there was it's not even a crosswalk, but somebody was trying to cross the street. And apparently they thought that I was not going fast enough for them. And they slapped the side of my CRV.
Okay. Like,
And I didn't even, I wasn't, I don't think I was in a bad mood. I don't think there was anything like that. But I stopped. I'm not even sure I hit the brake. I just threw it in park. I got out of my car and I got in that dude's face. I'm like, what the fuck are you touching my car for?
yeah.
And he was, oh, you're going too slow. Like, don't touch my shit.
Fucking-
Like, who the hell are you?
Wow.
Like, and where he hit, it was the back window.
Oh.
All he had to do was walk this direction. He just fucking slammed his.
Whew, yeah.
What is that?
Could you imagine if he had a ring on or some shit?
Oh my
And
God.
it's like, could have,
There was another time in Ames
because you know you go to Target.
that
and
I
they're
was
like,
on. Right, oh,
Go
yes,
ahead, go
oh,
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, please, sir. I was on Kellogg where the bar is, but I was down a couple blocks, and this dude was not pleased with my speed on the road, and so he was in a red piece of shit 1994 pickup truck like Chevy S10, and he gets behind me, starts laying on his horn. And I think I was waiting for somebody to cross the road or something, and he couldn't see it. Whatever was happening, he couldn't see it. And so he just lays on the horn. And I thought that the best course of action was to just put my car in park because there was nobody else behind him.
Go around, buddy.
I might be a dick.
It's fun
But-
to see, like,
Yeah.
What are you
So
gonna do?
that's what I did. And I don't want to miss any parts of the story, but it's been a long time since I've thought about it. So I did that. He's like, if you could see flames shooting out of ears, it's what this guy would have had. So he backs up because he was on my ass. So he has to back up in order to get around me. He comes up next to me, does the old fuck you.
Double
Yeah,
birds.
just like what
Yeah.
you got. And then he speeds around me as fast as this little piece of shit could go. And I had a choice to make. I could leave it alone or
amp it up.
and that's exactly what I did.
Like, just fucking-
There's nobody around, granted. There's a police station and courthouse no more than 4 blocks from where I am. But coast is clear. I'm good.
No one's around. No one's patrolling.
So he speeds up in front of me, And so I just book it behind him and get on his ass and probably do one of these, just wave at him. There was no I was past the point of that kind of anger. So now I was just kind of making fun of him because he's a moron. And he then turned right because I think that it seemed like he was trying to get just away from me. So he sped away, went right. But then I saw that when he went down, I watched him, then he turned left. And so I thought to myself, this motherfucker wanted to go straight, but he didn't because I was here. So I went really fast straight and caught up to him at the intersection and blocked him from getting through. So if you can imagine that, I'm in the middle of the intersection. I'm a piece of shit. I understand. I get it. It's a sickness, but I was in the middle of the road. I stopped him. He couldn't get past me without physically hitting my car with his vehicle. And I did another wave and like signal, have a wonderful day. And then I continued living my life. So I got the last say and I felt pretty good about that.
That's the best part. It's like,
I'm sure that there's other stories, but those are the two most recent ones because it's been a while. It's been a while.
people don't drive anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fair. Yeah. Hilarious.
Buy me a Coke.
Hell yeah.
So we did the wedding and things went well. And if you are on YouTube, you will notice that this room is slightly different, especially the side that Joe is on. I know you can't see the full room, and there's a reason for that. But yeah, we're working on some stuff.
Looks good. It's getting there.
We've got
Red.
plans. Plans are happening. Can you see? Good.
Scarlet.
I wanted to check on your on that one to make sure you couldn't see all the shit that's on the floor.
That's correct information. That's okay. No one has to know.
You can't see it.
It's just gold coins.
Nobody needs to know.
You have piles of cash just sitting in the corner.
Don't
No?
worry about it.
All right.
It's fine. It's totally fine. I have an idea.
Let's do it.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you got sit down. Sit down.
We'll be back.
Sit down. We have stadium seating in here. It's like a couple guests.
That would be nice. I still haven't edited the new. If you're watching on YouTube, and if you listen to the show, which if you don't listen to the show, it's weird that you're watching on YouTube. But we did record a new Anchor commercial.
Yes.
I just haven't edited it yet because we said everything that needs to be said in it about 45 times, and I haven't tried to fish out all the good, fun parts to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. That'll be fun.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just have to do it. And that's the part that I don't enjoy.
That's fair.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Is this the Menage a Trois?
Apothic or something?
Apothic.
It's got like an A. Maybe I could be pronouncing that way.
I don't know if you know this, but Menage a Trois.
That's
is
a great one.
3 people doing it.
That's right. Or 3 grapes
3
combined into
grapes.
one.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to push old Yeller. We've missed you. It's been too long.
And we're back.
What are your plans this week, man?
Work and do some chemo. Mm-hmm. That's not really my
Me
main plan.
too.
Oh, fun.
Weird. I just wanted to get a taste.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Johnson.
It's like I don't have hair, so that's fine. It's like,
Does it feel weird if you, like, for a while after not having it, or does it feel like normalizing?
it feels normal.
Okay.
I don't know what it changed, or I mean, like I think I went through a lot in the beginning because I had so many surgeries right in a row.
Right.
So I had my stents put in. Then the very next day, I had my surgery for my port.
Yeah.
And
And,
then
that was a big deal.
That afternoon, I had started chemo too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of this weird. I think I was just recovering from a lot. So you're just recovering, and then you start chemo, and then here's this scar that has to get repaired, but like all your white blood cells are going to cancer.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I don't know. I think I got. But I don't know. I think I just got used to it or something.
Yeah.
People seem to be pretty amazed that I go to work after. It's like, oh, treatment knocks you out, right?
Right.
Like, for me, it fucking gives me superpowers, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I go right to work. And they're like, what? You were? I'm like, yeah, I'm not nauseous at all. Like my cousin called me, and I get where she's coming from. She's like, hey, I came up with this recipe and like this nice drink that's supposed to help with nausea. And I'm like,
Okay.
honestly, I have not been taking my nausea pills. Like I get I should be, but I have not felt
You haven't
nauseous
needed them.
since I had treatment, which has been almost 6 months. It's been almost 6 months. Yeah. So I don't know. Just got to keep on chugging along, and it's weird. I feel great enough to go camping, and you know,
if you can stomach 45-degree
weather
nights.
and hauling a kayak out of a trailer,
Yeah.
you know, and over my shoulder and down to the lake, you know, it's like I'm doing something.
Yeah,
here.
then you can handle anything.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know. It's just a different. I don't know. I mean, look, I got a nice farmer's tan.
Ah, yes.
Not bad for a cancer patient.
I have things going on tan wise, but it's it's like unbalanced and weird because it's from being in the car. I don't think you could see it so much in here, but
driver's side.
well, and
versus-
also, you try to avoid getting sun on your tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So then I end up doing this weird thing when I'm driving. If the sun's coming in the windshield, then I have like an arm up here or an arm up here, or then, I drive with my legs.
just get some
or
sunscreen. That's all
one
you
of
need.
these, like try to tuck underneath.
Yeah.
Or yeah, but sunscreen, then you smell like fucking sunscreen the rest of the day. If it's sunscreen that's worth anything, you're going to be like 40, 50 SPF.
It's worth your tattoos though, that you paid hundreds of dollars
It
for.
is. Well, and that's why I'm glad I didn't go lefty
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
because at least I can do, one of these. This
And I
is
got my
mine.
calf tattoo, which is covered by pants most of the year.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, It is what it is. But
Yeah. I know that you can't get a tattoo right now. But let's
can't.
talk about your next one.
Well, okay. So I was thinking of getting like a banana
Yeah.
on my shoulder.
I
just
like it.
a fun cartoon or something. So
But would it be with maracas and sunglasses?
something cartoony, not like a real banana. Cause
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I like an accurate depiction of you at Halloween.
Of Banana Joe.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, which I don't know what the fuck we're doing this year, but whatever.
I don't think anything's happening this year.
Yeah. Anyway, so then I thought I was at a friend's house
Mm-hmm.
for Big Brother, and their daughter had a wrist tattoo,
Okay.
and it looked very like chemistry like with like molecules.
Bingo.
And-
Dino
yeah.
DNA.
So I'm like, what is that? And she's like, it's serotonin. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Then I'm like, what if I got that same thing, but it was potassium for Banana Joe? I'm like, wait a minute.
I like that.
That I could incorporate that somehow.
I like
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
I need to make an appointment to figure out my next one. I'm gonna find I think maybe like a cassette tape or something like that, and then I'll have Becky draw it, and then I will take that in to have it done.
That's a good one.
I think she knows this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she is aware of the situation.
You should have me draw it because it's going to be terrible.
That sounds
Here's my 2D
that
version.
sounds like something that I want right
There
here.
you go. Here's my 2D version of a cassette tape.
Yeah.
There you go. A couple holes. It's there.
I'm remembering that there's a reason that I have this out. We have a quiz that we were working on
That's right. I forgot about that.
to, how dare you?
Yep, I'm the worst. Oh God, my I don't want to shit in my neighbors.
Nope,
No.
do it.
I'll do it. No.
They don't listen.
No.
It's fine. Just shit on them a little bit. Just a little bit.
I've just been finding flags
Now
around my
everybody
neighborhood.
wants to know. How did I end up with a sign in my yard?
You had a sign in your yard?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Becky was like, "Where'd you get the Biden sign?" And I said, "What? We just had a Biden sign in our yard."
Yeah, maybe
And
it's a
across the way over here, we've got people that have a Trump Pence sign in their yard. I'm not going to play that game.
You're right.
We're on a fucking cul-de-sac. Nobody drives through here except for my neighbors. So it was out there for like a day and a half. And then one time I was out there, I took it down. Like I didn't it's weird that they put it there, whoever put it there.
a joke.
I don't know. I don't think it's a joke.
No.
I think it's if they find out that you're a supporter, then
Wouldn't they
then
give you more signs, more Democratic signs? maybe.
But
I don't know.
if the only thing that they know about is that you support Joe Biden over Donald Trump,
There you go.
then it could be any number of ways that they found out, because we have already voted. Now, I don't think that they would get that information from there per se, but I think I've gotten, you know, how there's always people in offices that'll text you to see if they can count on you for such and such. So at one point I told this dude, listen, it's already settled. You know, Bernie's out, so and so's out. This is who I'm going for, because the other one's a piece of shit. So that's what I'm doing. You don't have to text me anymore. Like, there's no convincing to be done here. It's piece of shit or Biden.
There you go.
So that's where I'm going. And I think that it's got to be something like that landed me with
That.
a fight starting sign in my yard.
Yeah. Well, my parents have all the Democratic signs. And
All of them?
Well, like everyone who's running for Congress and this and that. But then they say that they get their signs stolen like every year. And it's around, like mine got stolen when I had mine in my yard. And it's a thing. It's around homecoming. Which I would have done the same thing in high school. It's where you just take a shit ton of signs and then you just...
I thought you were going to say take a shit on the
Yep,
sign.
you take a shit on the signs. You just take all the yard signs and you either put them on the school grounds or you find someone's yard and you just like whoosh, overwhelm them with fucking signs. God damn it. Just like, I don't know. So they always get their signs stolen, which is bullshit. But I don't know. I did see a flag in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Where it was like, oh, wait, that looks cool. Oh, okay. And it just started flapping around. It was blue. And I'm like, Cubs? And then it's like, no.
Oh.
And it unfurled and it said, Iowa for Trump. I'm like, you know.
I saw something the other day. It was like farmers for Trump. And I was like, not surprised. Iowans for Trump. Lovely.
Which I'm like, not all of them. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Boo, lame. But we're going to have the first debate coming up.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, first debate, September 29th. I don't know the details, if there's not going to be an audience or what the deal is, but we're going to have our buddy Tatton back on because I texted Tatton.
Nice.
And I kind of want to, I don't know, I want to watch it myself.
Okay.
Maybe with you. I
Okay.
mean, if you wanted to.
Yeah,
But-
we can do that.
Tatton.
This room might be done. We could probably swing it down here if we wanted to.
That could be it. It sounded like Tatton wanted to like join, but I don't want that quite. Like I want to like process the information and then have a discussion.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Need to have sound bites.
out of context.
Yeah.
So it's on our side and favor side.
And after every time Trump speaks, if there's no audience,
we should pump it into here and just start like playing it.
I need new sounds.
Right. So I don't know. I think we need to have him on again after the fact. But part of me was like, shoot,
Yeah.
I want to like process the information first instead of watching it with someone on the other side.
I know a lot of people are worried about a debate for the Democrats, like for Biden. But I don't think that there's that much to be worried about if he doesn't have an audience.
Yeah. He's keeping his cool. I've seen a few of his speeches.
And well, and by
not-
but I mean audience, I mean Trump. He thrives
Yeah.
on an audience, and he tries to get zingers in and one-liners, and that makes him feel like a winner.
Right. Yeah. But as far as Biden, like I've seen a few speeches recently where he's not rambling on. Where that reminds me of 1945, and I like ice cream. Did you know that? And you know how he gets, but he's been keeping it pretty chill.
I wish that he could just call Trump what he is to his face
That'd be nice.
on live TV.
Or would that be bringing it down to his level?
I think it's the truth.
Sure.
There's a difference between that and Hillary Clinton saying, "Sorry about the politics, everybody,
I
but we
know.
gotta get this is our politics segment." Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing as when Hillary Clinton called all of the people that follow him or that would vote for him deplorables or
Sure.
deplorable or however
Yeah.
she phrased it.
But she was still trying to take the high road and like,
But she
she didn't-
generalized
sure,
and labeled so many people and a lot of people that
divisive kind of became divisive.
right, a big time. But here you're not talking about people, you're attacking him and his character. And I feel like it's impossible for said people that have his side to not know. Like how far in denial do you need to be to think that he legitimately is not and not even necessarily 100% a racist, but there's a percentage there, and larger than zero.
Right, yeah.
And
It's just gonna be
and
crazy to
and
watch.
and it's undeniable that all he does is lie his fucking ass off.
You're right. It's true.
And so you're going to have. I just don't understand why, in that setting, they can't call him out.
Like, that's a lie. No. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That's another thing. Is a lot of people want to see real time fact checking, and obviously you can't say something and then immediately know unless the moderator is like a Lester Holt or whoever it may be. I personally would like to see Arnold Schwarzenegger as
Well, they were doing that.
the moderator.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Just
Hey,
because he rips into him all
I
the
have
time.
your job.
But yeah, so if you have somebody that would know that is truth or a lie on the spot, that's great.
and that's what they
But
did.
but if not, then you can bring it up like a couple minutes later. You can have
yeah.
people on it in the back.
Yeah, that's what
You
they
know.
did before he was president. Was MSNBC was covering one of his rallies, and he would speak and speak, and then all of a sudden there was like a little guy that was on MSNBC that would pop in and be
It was like pop-up video.
a little bit where he'd pop off
Nice.
to the side and be like, he just made this comment and we actually know that that's not true based on this information. Da, da, da. And then he would like pop back and then Trump would talk for a bit and then be like, whoop, okay, you just heard him say this and we know for a fact that this isn't true.
Oh,
Zoop.
and that's fine. But I want it to be in the same room.
Right. And be like,
And I want him to hear it. And same for Biden. If he says something that's not true, call him out.
nope,
A
keep it same.
lie is a lie,
Right.
whoever it's coming from.
Keep it the same.
Yeah, I just haven't really heard many from Biden.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting. I can't.
Did you hear within the last few days, Trump said something about it, to an audience, obviously. We're going to get 4 more years, and then after that, we're going to see if we can get 4 more just for the way that they treated us.
Nice.
Really?
I had heard that he was trying to
Do you know how
like.
this works?
I don't know. He was trying to like pass a law so Biden can't be president. It's like really, like he's just saying shit.
Pass a
It's
law?
like- yeah,
What
I don't
fucking
know.
law?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just saying shit. It's just,
Nobody in their 70s.
And now we're getting into. I
Wait
guess
a
we're getting a little
second.
too deep here, but yeah, we had Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We lost her on Friday,
That's a bummer.
and it was like, I hope to God that like they keep the same. Like when Obama was president, and then Aunt Scalia passed away. Like he nominated Merrick Garland or what? Yeah, and then they didn't have any hearings.
Yeah.
Nope. We're waiting for the next president. Nope. So now all the Republicans, no, we're just going to appoint one. We're just going to no. It's like they're not holding up to their own standard.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, how about you keep your word and
All the
allow-
things they said in the past
Yeah.
about not doing it
has
in an
nothing to
election
do.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
let alone 2 months before
right.
an election.
And so now it's all this. No, president's going to be making their thing and doing this.
I hate it all.
Like
I hate it
boofing.
all. The RGB that actually happened in real time on the show Real Time with Bill Maher, which I watched.
Shoot.
I don't agree with 100% of the stuff that he says on his show, but it's pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty
sure.
close.
Yeah,
And he's one of those people that's very worried that he's not going to leave.
I think he'll leave. We'll see. I don't.
I am inclined to agree with you, but he is a giant baby.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna be plenty of people hauling his ass out. Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, these are the rules. And even
Yes, when there's a transfer, for sure, and that's what I'm thinking. When they have the transfer of power,
Noon the
which
next-
happens at noon,
yeah,
really no matter what.
like it's all gonna,
out of there.
like they're gonna hire movers and pack up all of his shit. Like this is how it works. Like it's
Yeah.
the norm. So it's not like he's gonna call off the movers and squat his ass in the Oval Office. And
I wonder how long they're going to. I wonder how long the results are going to be drowned out, unless
Yeah.
it's a
landslide or something.
Yeah,
Because then, no, I'm not going to accept those results, or it's going to be a recount, or it's going to be like 2000 all over again,
I hate his face, Joe.
or it's like summer and we don't have a president. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, who is it? I don't know. Who is it? It's like,
I'm not a fan
neither am I.
of him. I just want a good person.
I don't
in
know who is like wholesome enough to kind of bring it all back together.
I
'Cause,
I
like,
kind of almost wish
Clinton,
that it
Clinton was like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he brought people together. And then Obama,
wholesome.
not wholesome, but like we were in good standings as a country.
Yeah, I
when-
get it. And I
And-
understand that not everything he did was great.
Yeah.
And some of his ties and associations were questionable. I get it. I understand. But still, night and day.
Then we had Obama, who was the people's president, but then I think there was some people who just didn't like him because he was black.
Yeah.
And that's kind of started this
I think there's a word for that.
this podcast is brought to you by the letter R. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know where this divisiveness just started.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Obama. I don't know.
It just keeps growing,
Yeah.
and it has to do with the South, the deep South, and I don't know. The more that I think about it, I wish that we would have been ready for somebody like Buttigieg, because or Yang. He had big ideas, like big ideas.
like go for it.
And here's the thing, that $1,000 a month for everybody
So who would
to help them. Well, but what happened when all of this shit went down with COVID
everyone got $1,200?
stimulus?
Right. It's like,
Yeah, it was a weird fucking idea, wasn't it?
weird. Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't get me wrong. I was a hard Bernie supporter. You know, whether you like that or not, that's where I was. I was really hoping for him, but in hindsight, now not that you could do anything about what went down either way, but in hindsight, it would have been very refreshing to have one of those two. And
Try something different.
yeah,
People hate change, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting because you like to think that, like, give it 10 years. Like, I don't know how long these politicians are going to stay in office.
right.
You know, where
Or if there's going to be an office, just wait for the aliens,
right?
Joe.
I know. Independence Day was fun. Bill Pullman. But like, I don't know.
Today
It
is our Independence Day. That sounds more like Akbar than
Yeah.
Pullman.
So I don't know. Give it 20 years. I don't know. See how many people retire, people pass away, they get
Yeah.
replaced with the younger generation.
When do you think AOC is going to try to run?
She's got,
I wouldn't be surprised if she tries the next go round.
well, you got to be.
Or is she still too? Will she
she's
still be
31.
too young?
She's my age
So you need to be 35.
to be for president.
So the next go round she can't.
in theory,
Or will it be close?
or if
Or do you have to be 35 in order when you're sworn? Is her birthday within the next 2 months?
yeah, right. It's like, come
Because
on.
that would do it.
Yeah. So
But I believe as soon as she can, she will.
that would be cool. I think she's got a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
I think if
I think, unfortunately, we still, what was that R word? I believe that there's a lot of people out there that are still like that.
right. I think if Bernie was nominated, I have a feeling that she would not be a congresswoman. I have a feeling she would be in the cabinet somewhere.
Yeah.
In like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't think she would be vice president. I don't know who he would pick or whatever. But part of that is age and the laws and the rules or whatever. She would be able to, if something were to happen to Bernie, she would be able to be interim president if that were the case. So she would be able to finish it out being younger, and then she'd be old enough to actually run for a second or
Yeah.
whatever you call it. It wouldn't
Yeah.
first term, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. So that would be those rules. But I had a feeling if it was Bernie, she would be something else in the mix there in the cabinet.
Right.
But I think she's got she's going places. I don't know where she's going to go after Congress. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
it's just like I have a weird feeling that she's like going places.
Yep.
You know, it's like give it another cycle. I don't know. You know,
I guess we'll see.
yeah, I don't know. She got called a bitch recently.
I heard that.
and then she called out that guy. And
Yeah.
then she basically
Good
on
for
Twitter
her.
said, bitches get stuff done. It's like, oh, I love you. Oh my God.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Quiz time, bitch.
Quiz time. Here we go. Let's do it. Quiz music.
If you remember,
Ba-dum, bum, bum. All right, that's fair.
I need new
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries.
need new buttons. I don't have any time.
No, you don't.
Okay.
3 kids.
We'll get to this. Yeah.
Messed
So
up
there's
basement.
that. I had to take one kid to school. One of them is staying at home because she keeps coughing in school, so they keep kicking her out. And then I got a phone call from my mom saying that my grandma locked herself out of her house. So I had to drive to Alden, where my grandma is, and then break in her house,
Fair.
open the door, let her in her house. Then I came back. Excuse me, wine. I might as well just have more. Thank you. I came back, picked up Leia, and then we went to Des Moines to look at furniture for this room. Then I had to stop at the bank, and we got some checks from our insurance for the storm and then the flooding and everything that's happened to us in the
Yeah.
last month.
You had to get that endorsed. And, then you had
And
to-
yeah, so I had to get that endorsed. Then found out that one of the checks needed to be endorsed by our not our insurance company, but the firm that we go through for our insurance. So I had to
Alright.
drive my ass over there. Then I get here. I was trying to get this ready, and it's a whole thing. And I forget what I was talking about. What was I saying?
Time for a quiz.
Time for a
There we
quiz.
go.
Thank you. Quiz time.
Here we go.
And here's our button for that.
It's not that funny, guys. Seriously. No. It's seriously. Thank you. Tip the wait
They're
staff.
still going. You would need like 8 different buttons of laughing. Otherwise, it's always going to sound the same.
Yeah.
Like the joke will never
It's like a sitcom.
the joke is never going to be the same level of funny.
Like, I don't know.
Every time.
If you go and watch sitcoms, it's all the same.
I've never done that.
It's never like actual funny. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know,
true.
weird.
It's true. Are we ready?
Let's do this. Sign me up.
Question. So if you didn't tune in last time, we did not every question, but we did set 1. And now we are on set 2.
Set
And that
2.
means 2.
2.
Thank you. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? So basically, this question is long for no reason. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about anything, what would you want to know?
That's a good question.
JFK?
That one I don't want to know because then I have to prove.
I love the mystery.
But then I have to prove that I'm right. Because
Did you
this
watch
fucking ball?
Umbrella Academy Season 2?
No,
Then never mind.
but I did watch that James Franco one. That was on Hulu. That was the
With umbrellas?
Stephen King that wrote about 1968 or something like that.
I
Yeah, this one is on Hulu, and it's James Franco, and he goes back in time
Gotta go back in time.
to the Kennedy assassination. So like, it's in real time, real present day, but then he finds this wall, this portal that takes him. He's like, I'm in 1960. What was it?
Franco?
68? Yeah. That's him. Was it 68 when he was? I don't remember. 63?
63.
63. Okay. And so yeah, he's like looking around. There's all these cars, and then he winds up. I think I want to say he dies, but then it takes
JFK?
him.
Definitely.
No. But it takes him back, James Franco, and it takes him back to present day, where he's like, okay, now I'm back. Okay, and then someone.
But did he alter the timeline?
Not at first, no, but then he like some other guy knows about this portal and it's like, okay, we're gonna set you up. So it's very time travel-y. It's
Okay.
like, okay, here's money for a car. So it seems like very Doc Brown like.
All right.
Where it's like, here's money for a car, buy a car that's inconspicuous. Of course he doesn't, and then he just
Something inconspicuous.
yeah. So I don't know, you might like that one. That's a side
Nice.
combo.
I haven't heard about that.
It's a book, and
At
then they
all.
made it into a TV show
Nice.
or whatever. Yeah.
Excellent. So what do you want to know about? What do you want to know the truth about?
Truth
Cats
or
and dogs?
just about, I don't know. It'd be fun to know how I died. I don't know.
We already covered that.
That's true.
Why would you want to know that though? Then it's like a countdown. That sucks.
Yeah, but at least you know.
Yeah.
And you're not like fooling yourself. I don't know. That's dark. So it's like Big Fish.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
Fish, like the witch in the eye. And
Yeah,
he's
no,
like,
I get it.
I know I wasn't going to die. So you're in parts of you can go skydiving and know you're not going to die. Like, I don't.
You would rather know when and how you're going to die versus something about like aliens or something about how David Blaine does all of his magic tricks.
Aliens would be cool.
Aliens would be
Or
cool.
like see how much life.
Or what
we
they actually look like, or if they like are they the beings in which we actually picture them? Like, are they anything close to what we see in movies? Or there was a big difference between the X-Files aliens and Independence Day. Throwing it back to
Yeah, it's a lot of complex life, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go that route. Aliens, death. Fun.
What
I don't
if I had a crystal ball? What would I want to know if I could know the truth about anything? I don't care. I feel like there's got to be something I'm not thinking of, but generally I don't care.
Well, maybe I know I don't have kids, but it'd be cool to be like, where do they end up? What do they do?
Yeah.
How successful are they? Are they, or what they find?
Well, maybe to impart wisdom. Like, let's say if somebody was, how do I say this? Let's say if somebody was going to die relatively soon, and then they could take advantage of this crystal ball situation to find out that, so that way they can try to guide their children. You can either get peace of mind on things or impart some wisdom that would hopefully help them out
right.
along the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Like maybe stay away from the heroin.
And see, and then you can deviate and be like, take those Flintstones vitamins; they're gonna help.
It's a Flintstone kid, 10
Yeah.
million strong.
Good. No, that's Campbell's is still pretty good. That's
And
nostalgic. I don't know. I don't remember that. I mean, I remember.
Good. Everybody, Joe doesn't remember the Flintstones vitamins.
I do. I had them, but I don't remember the ads.
I didn't answer the question.
Yeah, answer it.
I would like the truth about aliens is a good one, which is clearly why I brought it up. Other than that, I would see it sucks that it needs to be the truth about something because I want lotto numbers,
Yeah, right.
but they
So
didn't.
you want a sports almanac?
But they said could tell you the truth. Tell me, no, that wouldn't work. I was trying to find a loophole. Well, it does say or anything else. I want the truth about the next jackpot that is over $300 million. I want the truth.
Okay,
I'm going to ask you for the number, and you better tell me the truth.
7.
I feel like
It's
there's
just one number.
feel like there's
If you had
5
seven-
more than that, and then there might be a Powerball after that as well.
right.
Question number 14, Joe.
Here we go.
Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why the fuck haven't you done it?
Because I have a mortgage.
So again, they
Yeah.
so again, they know that the answer is yes. There's something that you've dreamed of for a long time. So why don't they just stop beating around the bush and say, why haven't you done that thing that you've dreamed of doing for a long time?
Right.
Well, you've done Ragbri.
Done Ragbri.
What else have you dreamed of doing?
I
Two
mean,
chicks at the same time.
it'd be fun to like do
That
a
was
little,
a
a little bit more traveling.
Office Space
A little bit more.
reference for you.
I think it'd be fun to like hit up those bigger music festival. Like I've never been to like Lollapalooza. I've never been to like, those
Those would be fun.
Burning Man or just something that's just so out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like set up tent, set up camp, and then just get into a crowd of people and just like experience something that's just out there.
Here's the problem. After, let's call it 24 hours, if there's not a shower nearby, that's where I'm out.
That's part of it. Is you just got to deal with
You
it.
just want to smell like everybody else,
It doesn't matter.
bathe in mud. I don't like it. However,
That's part of the journey, man.
However,
'Cause once
if you get a hotel about 2 miles away from the, let's call it field,
fair,
right?
sure.
then I'm in. I could do that.
That's part of the
could go
journey,
there.
man. Is like getting out of your comfort
Don't
zone.
talk to me like you're stoned.
It's your comfort zone,
Don't do
man. I went camping and didn't.
Man,
I went
it's your
camping.
comfort zone, man. Just break it.
Yeah, I went camping and didn't shower for 2 days until Sunday.
I could tell.
Yeah,
Question. Oh no, I didn't answer. Something that I've dreamed of doing for a long time. I would like to go. I would like to do more traveling. I mean, nobody's going to let us into their country right now because of COVID and the way that we're rocking it. But I know it's a long flight, but New Zealand seems cool. Ireland would be cool.
Australia. Yeah,
I would love to go back to the UK. I would love to Australia. Yeah. Although I know less about Australia. I know way less. I know what I've seen of Sydney in movies, and I've seen The Rescuers Down Under. I'm not
It's,
sure if that covers.
I've had some friends that've been there, and it's one of those things that when you look at a map of Australia, you don't really realize how huge it is. Oh shit!
Rut-row. It's the middle,
9:52.
it's the middle of the day for crying out loud.
So like if you see like you're here and you want to drive here, you're thinking
Okay.
like, okay, I'm from the Midwest. That's what, 45 minutes? Like, no, that's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
That's like Florida time.
yeah. Or it's just like, I didn't realize how far you're really driving.
Yeah, if you look at like Miami to the Keys,
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah. It's just like, it looks like it's right there.
Right. It does.
But then it's cool that they have those interstates that are like on the water connecting all. It's like, that's freaky. That would be
Yeah.
fun to drive, I guess.
I'm gonna go with traveling, and I'm gonna say first, probably Ireland.
Okay.
I would like that, and to go as a family, and
I've had my aunt and uncle went there to do some genealogy. One's a priest, and so it kind of fit Ireland and O'Brien, whatever. It's my mom's maiden name. And they could have gone way back, but I think it went to my great grandpa. And so
Wow.
there's a picture on Facebook that my aunt and uncle are on either side of this big headstone that looks like I swear to God, it's like 6 feet tall. Like, cause they're just sitting there and it's like this Celtic cross. And I'm like, what? It's like, oh, that's like your great 3 or 4 generations. So he was the last one in the family to be buried in Ireland, and
Okay.
then they all shifted over to America. It's like,
Wow.
wow. And it's like, no, we could have, we knew, and we could have visited all these others going back and back and back, but it's money and time. But they found the next one. It was like, wow, that's the last relative right before everyone, like,
Huh.
that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then I think my supervisor's been to Ireland, and it's just, yeah. And it's like, you can't really understand what they're saying because their accents are so thick. And they're just like, oh, and then you just wind up drinking with them. Like, okay, okay, it sounds good.
That's one of the things that I don't. Maybe that would be fun to go someplace with just Becky, or I mean, Becky doesn't really like to drink that much. You know, she'll have some, but it would be fun to just go to like pubs
Yeah.
and hit up places like that. You know, think of
They would have pubs with like 18-year-olds, you know,
Yeah.
and just like, all right, that's
think of a less alien infested The World's End.
Yeah.
At The World's End.
yeah.
And just hit up all of these places in a community and just one beer at each.
I'm sure
Or
there's
whatever.
like some that are like super like detailed
Yeah.
and like all the cool, like, oh, look at that. There's
Well, and that's the stuff that you remember.
yeah.
The way that it's set up, the way that it's lit. I remember going to a few different pubs and likewise restaurants when we were in London and Wales, and that's the stuff that you pay attention to. That's one of the best parts about traveling. Period.
You don't
That's
know.
why what Becky and I would always do. I forget what year we figured this out, but we figured out wherever we go, we get one meal, we split it, then we're hungry for another meal in a few hours, so we can go somewhere new.
Yeah.
And that's really the
little-
best way to do it.
Save a little money. Yeah.
You save, but then you have another reason to go into another place. Because if you're only visiting New York City for 3 days,
yeah.
you know, first of all, you're probably eating breakfast on the go. Or if you're in a hotel, you're grabbing something quick there. So then you have lunch and dinner. So what? By the time you fly in, fly out, you have 4 meals,
Yeah.
right?
4 places.
Something
or
like that,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Next question. Oh, Joe. Oh, boy.
Here we go. Hold on tight.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Depends on who the friend is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's the thing.
I feel like that was going to go somewhere weird.
Time, maybe. I don't know. It's
Yeah?
just like, I think that's pretty valuable. Like, you find time to get together.
Bro, I got nothing but time for you.
Right, you know. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. I just like meeting new people and just keeping those relationships going and going. You know.
Yeah.
Because the more people you know, the more avenue like perspectives of life you get.
Mm-hmm.
The more resources you might have connections to because you know a guy that's like down the street and he knows this.
Yeah.
Hey, can I use that? Or he already know. You know, it's maybe my brain is old. You know,
Okay.
the way I grew up, where it's like the more people you knew, the more access you had to stuff.
Okay.
Because like we didn't have the internet to help us through problems. You know, because like I had to switch the headlight on my car. Right. I couldn't. You know, growing up, you didn't have YouTube. You had to know a guy.
Right.
Or like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's true.
do you mind taking a look at my car? Oh, sure. No, yeah, totally. You know, so it's kind of access to information, access to different perspective on
Mm-hmm.
life. You know, like I don't know, so knowledge, I guess. I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
just kind of you always learn something when you're with someone new and find
Mm-hmm.
and trying not to be the like what I've heard and learned is like don't be the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest
I
person,
typically
you're like-
don't have a problem with that. Now,
like,
I might act like the smartest
right.
person in the
That's a
room.
little different. So I don't know. I guess.
That's arrogance.
Yeah, time, knowledge, I guess, kind of be.
That's good.
Yeah.
I get that. The where I differ is that I don't really need new friends.
Sure.
I'm at like a cap. Now I don't mind meeting new people, but I'm not really looking for new
Right.
people.
Yeah.
I think as far as number wise, you know, you can only handle so much. Like you can know a lot of people.
That's, I think, where I'm at.
Yeah.
Where, like, I went to a comedy show, we met someone. We don't hang out on a regular basis.
Right.
But
It's nice to
yeah.
have the acquaintance there.
Yeah. And then you might
and
text
you
them later.
recognize
and,
that
like,
person. And yeah,
Yeah.
that is good.
Yeah.
But as far as like a valued friendship that you will actively check on or check in with that person on a regular basis, or the number of people, and you are lucky enough to be on this list, that I will text on a daily basis if a thought comes up.
Yeah. Oh,
Outside of my family
right.
is 4. I have 4 people that I will do that with.
That makes sense.
And then there's like 2 that it's almost guaranteed. Or and maybe not guaranteed, but in a weird, like, it's the thought that counts thing, is that I think about texting a lot, but I don't want to be a pain in the ass.
Oh, sure.
Because
Oh, I'm
it's
interrupting.
one of those insecurity things that I grew up with, where I always felt like I wasn't, or like I always felt like I was annoying, or I wasn't
Right. Yeah.
good enough. Yeah, and some of that creeps through later on in life, where you're like, I just, I feel like I just talked to this person, 5 hours ago. I'll leave this thought alone.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to interrupt anything.
One of those.
Yeah. It's like, oh, shoot.
But then again, after like 10 minutes, I'll say, fuck it.
Whatever.
I'll send it anyway.
It's there.
What are you
If
gonna
they
do?
want to, yeah.
So yeah, there's that, the willingness to be, what was the question again? Value most. Understanding is acceptance.
Yeah.
That's
Supportive.
accepting you for the person you are, and not being nitpicky about small things. And that's really nice to have somebody that just, they understand you no matter what. They understand your history, where you're coming from, your availability, all of that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to be my answer.
Yeah. That's good.
There. Yeah. What else we got here? We're moving on up. Well, down, because it's a list. What is your most treasured memory?
Like,
I've been asking all the questions first. You got to read it. The next one.
all right.
What is your most treasured memory?
I don't even know. Like, treasured. How do we define that? Or like, what's that really mean?
Oh man,
That's-
like maybe it could be, you went on a very majestic hike and you just got lost in your thoughts.
It's weird. I don't know.
Maybe you were so excited for this particular movie, and it built up for 2 years, and you got to go to the premiere, and you were with all of your friends, and the movie was better than you expected, and it was one of those things. It could be down that road.
There could be a lot. There could be a lot here.
That'd be
That's the
similar
thing.
to our friend Paul's experience at Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
Wow.
Indiana Jones,
Right.
where like everything just
Arguably.
culminated in this beautiful.
Arguably the best
He
Indiana
might
Jones.
be yelling at his
Right.
speakers.
Oh. Man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I'll let you think about it.
There's ones that are like a little more personal.
Yeah.
That are like, when my nephew was born, it's just like
cool.
changes the landscape of the family.
Yeah.
And habits and schedules.
Won't be the same after that.
Yeah,
I get that.
but in a good way. You
Right.
know, it's just like
Right.
weird. I'm an uncle now. This is okay, like an actual uncle. Like at the time, I was married. Or about to get married. So my ex had a couple niece and nephews on her side anyway. So I was kind of that rent-a uncle, I guess,
Yeah.
coming into the family. So I was like, okay, that's cool, but it's different when it's like a blood relative. That
Right.
like this person's new, and I get to have an impact on this person too, and that's kind of cool. You know, that's bizarre. You don't really think about that much. I
You
guess,
can
but-
shape them
yeah, right.
to be the nerd that you want them
It's
to
like,
be.
yes. And then, I don't know, I just like doing different things, I guess. And then it kind of brings me back to when I turned 30 that I had, my stand-up show in my garage. And I'm like, usually I have a house party.
Right.
I have a bunch of people over, and this time I was like, let's do it differently and provide some entertainment. And everyone I've talked to since then, you doing that again? Like, I need new material. It's like, I don't want to burn it all, but everyone seemed to like keep talking about that.
Right.
Of just like, man, that was like so unique. And we were in your garage and you had other people there. And it was so cool. It was so cool. And
It went really well.
it did go well. And
It was a lot of fun.
That was the thing. It was just trying to come up with these off the wall ideas. And those are the fun. I don't know. I have a bunch of those memories, I guess, of just like,
cool.
like out of the blue, let's go meet Nick Swardson, or we're going to meet Weird Al tonight. Let's fucking do it. Just like those memories of meeting celebrities out of the blue are really fun.
Yeah.
Where it's like the guys from Whose Lines It Anyway, and we were the only two people,
That's pretty cool.
or it was just like no one else was around.
Yeah.
And we got to talk to Greg Proops for like more than a half hour. And just, who else has that?
Right.
And now he's on Cameo, and you can like pay him however much money to have him talk to you. Where we're like,
Which
had
is
that,
way less personal.
yeah, but we had that for free. We had like
Right.
an hour free just for, oh hey, how you fellas doing? All right, and it's like
cool.
shit like that, or those fun moments when we meet Kevin Smith and we make it happen.
Yeah.
But it's just like that's probably not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Those are kind of those, I guess, treasured memories where it's just not going to happen. It's once in a lifetime kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I doubt that's going to happen again.
Yeah, I don't know when it comes to things like that, moving forward post, I mean, we're in it now, but whenever we are post COVID, how is all of that going to change?
I think,
How long will it be before you have opportunities to be face to face with someone that you appreciate
yeah.
like that? Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I feel like so much stuff is going to be going.
Well, I think we're trying to get
Another
back
direction.
to normalcy where there's comedy shows happening, but it's outdoors. So I don't know, at least
Or virtual.
around here,
Yeah.
like Theo Vaughn, that guy, he's got his own podcast. He's coming to Cedar Rapids like soon
For an outdoor thing?
for that amphitheater where Weird Al was. I think
Okay.
you saw Weird
Yeah,
Al
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost sold out. And I looked at tickets today where I'm like, I'd rather be in a better spot.
Mm-hmm.
But like you go to the show and that's it,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it. Some people enjoy that. And the show is enough for them. We are not those people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where it's like, oh, let's go around back. Or hey, there's
That's when you're casing the joint in
Yeah.
the middle of the show. Like, there's a gate open over there, and I see a tour bus back there.
you're kind of piecing it together.
Yeah,
Which it's fun to do, but it takes you out of the experience
it can.
because of anxiety.
I
of
feel
just
like, I feel like I get less anxiety now, but I can still try to be in the moment. And having said that, at concerts and whatnot, I've gotten a lot better at not having my phone out all the time, trying to film everything. Because I may go back and watch it or whatever, but being able to experience right then and there is important for me. But I also know that my memory is shit, so I need to get a little bit.
right.
Because I want to be able to remember that vividly. And we've discussed this before, that at a certain point, I rely on photos and video to kind of be a supplement for actual memories. And I guess in addition to that, they accompany my memories. You know what I mean? It helps me
Yeah.
remember it better.
Jots the hard drive.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think we're trying to. I don't know what winter looks like.
Yeah.
That's the thing is there's plenty of outdoor amphitheaters that they're doing distance, and you can stay out in a field, but kind of spread out.
Yeah.
But in New York, there was Comedy in the Park, and Melissa Villaseñor from SNL was a part of that. And she was not around people, but enough that you could see her perform. So they're kind of getting to some normalcy, but I don't know where that's going to be when it's like 3,000 people in an audience, jam-packed in there. That's going to take a while, but we're still trying to get to normalcy here,
Is that your final answer?
B, yeah. lock it in.
So, treasured memory. And I think this will be, ooh, yeah, the next one. We don't want to end on that one. Here's a little
Ooh.
teaser for the next one.
Oh.
What is your most terrible memory?
I don't want to unlock those doors.
I know, maybe we'll skip it. What is my most treasured memory? I'm thinking it's gotta be a trip or something like that, something out of the ordinary. Don't get me wrong, there can be good moments, here at home, but our trip to London in 2013 was really great for us. But it's also a bummer because Sam was only 6 months old then.
So how much is he going to remember?
Well,
Yeah.
that, and as far as it being my memory, yeah, he was there, but he wasn't developed at all. He had no personality. And all he could do was laugh and cry and fill his diaper. That's
Okay.
it.
Fair.
I think maybe one of them, and I'm not sure if this is number one, but like London is up there. But what year was it? 2014, maybe? Kara and myself went to New York, just the two of us. And we did like a Doctor Who premiere. We went and saw Matilda. We went and
Yeah.
saw Cinderella. We did a bunch of these things together. We would go to this place that we found a year or two earlier when we were out there called Sharky's. It was a kids like boutique where girls would go in and get their nails painted and their hair cut and styled. And
Sharky's.
so we would take her. We took her there once, and then, like I said, a year or two later, she remembered it. She wanted to go back. We did that. That was the trip where she went over the
barricade.
to get to meet Jenna Coleman
Run.
and
Like,
at the premiere, and she ended up like all over the internet.
it's like,
and,
yes.
and just to spend that time together, and we had an apartment that we had rented and through Airbnb. And then we ended up having to switch to another apartment because they were turning off the water at that one or something or other. And just, we did all of that stuff together. I was able to take her to, it's been so long now, but I'm pretty sure it's John's Pizzeria, John's Pizza. And it's a pizza place that it's near-ish to Times Square. It's across the street from the theater that has had Phantom of the Opera for many, many, many years.
Ooh.
And so the chandelier never leaves.
I bet.
Swings
Yeah,
down.
right.
But, we got to go there. We got to do all of this fun stuff together. And she was game to do everything that I wanted to do. And I tried to find stuff that she wanted to do. And that was
That's
a lot of
good.
fun
That'd
just
be
to
kind
spend
of
that time together.
That'd be kind of a tricky balance, I guess, but
Yeah.
enough that New York has everything to do.
Kara and I, we can have a lot of fun when it's the two of us. So we can get up to no good.
Well, I think she's similar.
Rewind to the Stranger Things mall story where
like,
I'm not entirely certain that we
Here
could
we
have been
go.
detained,
Right.
but who knows? I don't know. Yeah. So
makes
let's
sense. Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
all right.
Let's put it in a bow,
Yeah.
and we'll talk to you guys
I
next
like
time.
it. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
We will talk to you soon. Bye bye.